Okay? All right. So to go live on Facebook, we simply start like this. We simply open up the Facebook app. There's a live button in the right over here. You hit the live button. Then you're going to add a description. And you're going to type live from Scaling New Heights. Okay? Put this in my tripod holder. I think I'm good. Okay, I don't need to do anything else to this. And I'm just going to hit that big blue button that's on the blue side, on the right side. Okay, there we go. One more thing, $6 portable light. I do mention the dollar amounts because I'm an accountant. So. Let's get a little bit more light on my face here. We're going to hit go live. Hi everyone, I'm Hector Garcia and I'm live from Scaling New Heights. I have a group of 100 or so accountants that are ready to start their YouTube channels at the end of this, and they're being really quiet because I asked them to. But are you guys excited? Yeah! Thank you. So if you're watching this, it's because you're not here, or maybe somebody's watching it at the same time that we're here. And you should, if you're an accounting professional, if you're a small business consultant, strongly suggest to make an investment into yourself, into your practice, into your business by networking with folks like these. They come into class like these, it gets your creative juices going, and you actually go home with a headache, don't you? And just there's always a few tips and tricks and things that you will always learn by coming to these conferences, but the best part is just making new friendships, brainstorming on ways to do things better, and always staying one step ahead of the market. So with that, I leave you, and I'll see you whenever. Done. Okay? So that's it. So I just hit on save, the save button at the bottom if I want to save the video file in my phone. So I want to do something else with it, or I just click on share, and it goes into my feed. And that's it. Not good? Thank you very much for doing that, guys. Okay, so my name is Hector Garcia. I live and work in the Miami, Florida area, and very excited to bring this topic to you guys. Just so I know, I get some context here, who has not been to one of my webinars or ever seen one of my YouTube videos? Never. Okay, awesome. So the reason why I'm teaching this is because I have the largest YouTube channel in the world that contains QuickBooks-centric topics. Okay, I can say that because I can check against my competitors. Okay, like my good friend Seth David, he's got a lot of videos, but I'm sorry, I got more. And even Intuit's own QuickBooks channel just doesn't have enough educational videos. So that's something I can say with pride now, and you can, and once you have a channel that's of a certain size, you can have a custom URL with YouTube. So my channel is youtube.com/Hector Garcia CPA. I'm also the co-host of, a podcast called The Art of Advisory, which is a free podcast that we go live in through Facebook. We then record the podcast, chop it up, and then put it into standard podcast format. We talk about advisory services and making the transition to advisory services. And I'm also the co-host of QB Power Hour. Who likes the QB Power Hour here? That has been Michelle Long's and my brainchild for the last couple of years, and it's been a labor of love, I gotta tell you. And I'm the main blogger of my website. So, learning objectives, you're supposed to have that to get your CPE, so I'm gonna read those to you. And let's go to the table of contents. First, does anybody here have a YouTube channel, started a YouTube channel of some sort? Okay, nice, okay, good. What are some of the, if you don't mind saying, what are some of the difficulties you've had? You started the channel, you don't want to say it out loud, if you want to say it out loud. Anyone, difficulties? Challenges?
I'm not that technological.
Okay.
That's for starters.
Yeah, because you're human. Right?
I don't like myself on the camera.
Oh, you don't like yourself in the camera?
Yeah.
All right, we'll chat. We'll fix that. Anybody else? Is there somebody else on a YouTube channel? Want to share?
I don't have a YouTube channel, but I do live videos and teaching Facebook.
Through Facebook? Yes. Okay, what are some of the challenges that you had?
Facebook has a delay with their commenting, so that's something that I've had to overcome because it's like you'll be sitting there reading the comments and somebody will answer a question before you even see it on your screen.
Sure.
The comments.
Yeah.
Another one is, like you said, I don't like seeing myself on. It's self-conscious. I've had
Sure.
to get over that, which is very, very hard.
Yeah.
And just hitting the right time of day to post stuff that people need to see.
The right time of the day to post stuff. Okay. Well, what is the right time? What time would you watch it?
Me, I would watch it in the morning. But
Then that's the right time of day.
My niche would watch it in the evening after they cook the eat.
Okay, then you answer your own question then. Then it's in the evening, right?
Well, it took me a while to find the answer for that one.
Reason I gave you kind of a smart answer like that is because all the roadblocks are here. Okay, all the roadblocks are here, right? Does anybody else want to share? Maybe someone does Facebook Live. Yes.
One of our biggest things is trying to figure out the best way to record the video, like whether or not it's working best to do like a share screen kind of thing,
sure.
Or better to do something where we're writing on a whiteboard while just talking through something.
Yep.
So
that's two
right
ideas.
now our videos are like have a multitude of different things, just trying to find the right way that
yep.
I feel like flows the best.
Yeah. Okay. I'll answer that real quick. So first. Yeah, and we're gonna get to that through here, but I'll answer your question. First, once you have one theme and one theme only, or sub themes that revolve around that one theme, you're gonna build an audience. Okay, that audience of let's say 100 will then start watching your videos. Then go do a whiteboard video, go do a cork screen video, do a video where you're dancing while you're explaining it, do a video where you're doing a screen share, and ask your followers which would you like better. Just go from there. I think a lot of us get stuck on analysis paralysis. And figuring out the best way to do it is to do it wrong a couple of times, and then you can figure out the best way to do it. But I think we spend way too much time doing it. But on this session, what I've done is I've taken my 6 years of experience of making videos, and I try to summarize it into one 100-minute class, and I have so much to share. And I'm going to do record and editing, which is, for some folks, it may be the exact reason why you're here. I want to see what buttons you press in Camtasia, right? Okay, sure, we'll do that, okay? And even if I were to spend the whole 100 hours doing that, it wouldn't do it justice. Okay, so I actually pre-recorded probably almost everything that we're gonna cover here, plus more. And I have a page, I'll show you, it's actually in the slides as well, where I actually posted all the videos. So my class, I tend to do classes in which you can always go back afterwards and review because there's so many things going on at Scaling New Heights that it's hard to also, take, Tame the Machines, Watson, video editing, value pricing. It's like, whoa, how am I supposed to capture all this in one trip? So I'll give you the link. It's my website, and I actually put all the links to those videos. Okay, so this is we're gonna try to do this in 100 minutes. So I'm gonna try as hard as possible. I don't know what time is the second session after or how long the break is. I'm gonna try to break smoothly at the time that I'm supposed to, which is 3:10. But if it's 3:11 and people are still here, I'm keep going. Okay? But I will cover it and literally until I get kicked out.
The exhibit is an hour. The exhibit's an hour until 4.
It's an hour, so I could be here for the whole hour if you need me to. Just bring me cookies or something. Okay? But I will try to cover the whole content within that time frame because some people do want to do the next thing. Okay? All right. So, video styles and content strategy. So, I've actually tried almost every style you can think of. I've tried the interview, right? That's a theme for a video. Hey, I learned this today with a client. They actually did this to get to this. It's a video, right? or maybe some weird tax law for some particular industry because the chicken industry in Indiana or whatever county has a special tax rate that if you hired more than X amount of people during the season. You just learn that. Oh, make a video about it. Right? So that is the things that all the time we're gathering new information and it's one direction. And a lot of accountants, a lot of us think or assume that all these years of experience belongs to us and us only. And if you change that mentality to everything that you learn belongs to you and in the world, it will drive you, it will compel you to create content. That's what drives me. So showing off your personality, showing your expertise, showing off your personality. Okay, so think about it. You know, who has a strong personality? A strong personality, right? So strong personality folks get along with other strong personality folks, right? They clash in good ways. Right? You know how the good clash, the clash that makes you and your client fight, and your client says, we got something here. Let's do some transformation. And you're proud of that. You're proud when you confront your client in conflict, in the middle of the conflict, and the client says, you're right, I need to make a change. And if you have a certain personality, whether it's strong or smiley or happy or dancy or whatever, I don't even know if that's a word, you show it off. And then you're going to attract the customers that you will best get along with. I'll give you an example. I attract customers that try to do it themselves first. That's my niche. People ask me, Hector, what's your niche? I like customers that try it themselves first. Why? Because that person went through the growing pains and emotions. And when they come to me, they know that it's valuable to know this stuff. And they know how valuable it is to waste your time trying to do something that you should not be doing. That's my niche. That's where I add the most value. And those are the customers that I attract. Okay? Differentiating among other similar providers. I mean, there's 1,000 accountants here. We're all doing QuickBooks consulting. And we're only like 1% of the entire population of our industry. So we all come here to do things differently, but we're all learning how to do things differently together. We're not really being different, are we? So if you're doing something different, if you're doing something radical, if you want to try something different and radical, then video is a great place to do it. You build a library to educate your current clients. You have no idea how many clients email me about a question, and I say, this is the video that answers your question. And second time, this is the video that answers your question. The third email says, Hector, I was going to ask you a question, but I saw the video, thank you. So you think that client really wants to work with anybody else? I mean, look, I'll tell you, my biggest, I have to use a prop for this. Okay, you'll get it in a second. My biggest thing about my YouTube channel is the following. When I quote somebody a project, a price, they come back to me and say, oh, Hector, that's too expensive. And I ask, well, who are you comparing it with? Just to give me some context, because I don't know what too expensive means. Oh, Johnny so-and-so will do it for $1,000 less. And I say, did you check Johnny's YouTube channel to see if he proves to you up front that he knows what he's doing? Oh, I can't find Johnny's YouTube channel. I said, exactly, and dropped it. Right? So I'm also teaching my clients that YouTube is your business card. I tell people all the time, you know, you don't know who to do business with? Try a YouTuber. Because those people put away 20% of the available time, 25% of the available time, like I do, to educate themselves, be better, and educate others. So those are the experts. Not to say that there are experts that are not on YouTube. That's very true. Joe Woodard is an expert. He's on YouTube. Ron Baker is an expert. He's on YouTube. I'm not saying that non-YouTubers are not experts, but I'm saying the YouTubers are letting you know that they are up front, lowering your risk of screwing things up. Okay? Build a library to educate your team members. This has been something that now has become a really good thing in my company. My team members come to me every once in a while and say, Hector, I just learned this from your video. And that's as good as a manager as it gets. I did nothing and I educated a team member. But I didn't do nothing, right? So now when I create my videos, I think of my customers and I also think of my team members at the same time. Kill two birds with one stone. And stay on top of your game. By having to teach things, you have to be the best at it. And it will change how you think about yourself. It will change how you believe things. It will change how you learn. By teaching things, you have to be extremely good at them. So you force yourself to get better at them. So that's my pitch. Sold yet? Okay, now there are three, generally speaking, and this is not science, this is something I invented. And I love triangles, by the way. I love triangles. I really do. When the concept of triangle, illustrating things with triangles came with me, it just blew my mind. So most videos will have three purposes, or three, and sometimes all three are the same. If you do all three, you're incredible. But you're either going to entertain, right? These are all these random little kid YouTube channels that make millions of dollars. They're entertaining my children, right? They're what I call part-time parenting, right? Where I say, I don't have time for you here, so go watch YouTube for a little bit. So they're engaging. That means that they're forcing someone to take an action, or they're encouraging or inspiring someone to take an action, or educating. So people that are watching your videos because they're being entertained is because they think that spending time with you is more valuable than spending time doing something else. That's it. People that are watching your videos because they wanted to be educated is because they look to you to be the source of knowledge. And people that are looking for engagement is because there's a lot of folks out there that are waiting for someone to give them a push or directions. Anybody had an employee that just didn't do anything until you told them what to do? Right? That's engagement. So that's what it is. So these are the description of the three. So depending on which way you want to go, just think about if you're going to be educating, you're going to be topic or solution centric. Okay, so I'm educating people on QuickBooks. So my topic is QuickBooks. My solution is reconciling. My solution is cleaning the books. My solution is inventory. If you're entertaining, then your personality is more about personality or taste, right? I'm actually not an entertainer in YouTube. Like one time, somebody, by the way, I take the YouTube comments to heart. I read all of them and I comment to all of them. One person says, "You're too boring." In one of the, I don't even know why I read those things. You're too boring. Make it more fun. It's like, I wouldn't say it's accounting, bro. I mean, it's like, I don't understand. Like the standard for entertainment in YouTube has gone way up. You know, everybody's clowning around and stuff. You know, and it did get to me. So the next video I did, I was wearing a Panama hat. That's as much fun as I get. Right? Okay, so what are the delivery methods? So there's YouTube pre-recorded. That means you record it, post it if you like it, don't post it if you don't, or edit it, right? There's YouTube Live, which means it went and it went. And by the way, that's my new favorite, because I spend way too much time editing and way too much time overthinking and way too much time worrying about how I look on camera. If I go live, I went live, and it's over. Including the coughing, including the bloopers, okay? Accounting bloopers. Funny concept. You can also go live on Facebook with your personal profile, like I just did, or you can create a business page and go live in the business page. So if you want to separate your personal stuff with your business stuff, you can do that. I should have done that. I didn't do it. Everybody comments about how beautiful my kids are, and that's a drug to me. So I just keep doing it on my personal one. Or you can create a Facebook group. Okay, anybody here belongs to the QB Power Hour Facebook group? Okay, so we have a Facebook group that has over 6,000 members. It's called QB Power Hour. It's all accounting professionals, all QuickBooks consultants, and people are engaging on, I would say, every hour. Someone's asking a question about QuickBooks, and someone's coming to answer. And sometimes there's people battling for the answer, and who's got the better answer, and some of the people that answer are fighting with each other and who's right and who's wrong. Well, the person that asked the question said, I just wanted an answer. You know, so that's a great thing to do. So if you're going to build a community around the niche, around something that you're passionate about, Facebook group will be great for that, and you can post videos there. There's also webinar format. I do webinars every other week, and I use GoToWebinar for one type and Zoom for the other. And then there's educational platforms like Udemy, Teachable, and Thinkific. The bottom one is for those folks that want to make videos to sell them. Is anybody thinking about doing that, making videos to sell them? Okay, so you want to look at Udemy, Teachable, or Thinkific. And I can't get into way details of that, but if you want to ask me offline, I can tell you because I use the first two at least. What about video styles? Well, we got the tutorial webcam, which is the most common one that I do, right? I like the, by the way, you can do videos without the webcam. You don't need the webcam. I like the webcam because I'm so vain. I like the webcam. The reality behind the reason why I do webcam is because my videos are long. And people get tired of watching a screen and not knowing there's a human being talking. Like it almost gets robotic over time. So for short videos, I would say under 2 minutes, people don't want to see the webcam. They really don't want it. They get annoyed by the webcam. They're like, it's a 2-minute video, I'm looking for a quick solution. I don't care who's talking, I just need the solution. But for longer ones, people like the webcam. They just like the fact that there was a person sitting there explaining this, that it wasn't overly edited. Okay? So you can also do this with slides. You can do slides and webcam. And you can post what I call podcasts, where basically I record a GoToMeeting or a Zoom call, and I interviewed Ron Baker on one of them, and he didn't want to come out on camera. And I said, why not? He's like, I'm a radio guy. I said, okay, fine. I was lucky enough to interview him, so I wasn't going to ask for more, so I was fine with that. So I recorded him, and then I posted a video that is just basically that static image you see there with audio. That's good enough, right? It doesn't have to be a video, it could just be audio. Or you can interview people. Interviews are awesome. Interviews are great. And I gotta tell you, you wanna engage your client, yes?
I just have a question. When you do the interview meeting, can you also make that a podcast?
Yeah, so I didn't include podcasts in the slides, but I'll tell you real quick. The easiest, fastest way to do a podcast is called Anchor, ANCHOR.FM. You can literally post a podcast within 2 days because it has to propagate into iTunes and all that stuff, and it's free. It's free. I would say FFN, free for now. That's my thing, patent pending. All right. You can also do videos that are sort of commercial videos with B-roll. B-roll is when somebody's talking and then you see sort of images behind it. And I actually have a tutorial pre-recorded that explains how to dub an image that's just in the background while you're speaking and then cutting back to your image. You can do in-person interviews. That was me with Bob Wang from Canada in QE Connect. I just said, you wanna do an interview? Sure. Turn the camera on and put it in YouTube. You can do group discussions with Zoom, which are really cool. You can get up to 32 people in a Zoom call. It gets really messy though. I wouldn't go more than 4. And you can have discussions, right? Have discussions with your employees over Zoom, make a video about it, and post it to the public, right? And they don't talk about customers or internal issues. Just brainstorm with your employees on how to serve your customers better in a Zoom call and post it to YouTube. And let the world know how internally you guys think about making your business better for your customers. You can do a vlog style, which is basically me walking around. This is not the right here. Just recording this. You can walk around with something like this, which is basically just a flexible tripod. You can put a phone on that. There's bigger ones with camera. You can walk around and so just sort of document your journey, whatever you're doing. If you're walking in, like I had one person come into my class last time that we came to QB Connect, and he says that he works with breweries. And he's like, how would I do videos? I'm like, dude, breweries? It's like the coolest place to film it. You know, take a camera and walk with your client and talk about the tanks and the, I don't know, the wheat to something else ratio. I don't know anything about beer. Right? Barley, hop, right? Talk about that and then talk about the challenges in accounting and then talk about, I mean, like I would love to be in that niche. That's such an awesome niche. Or you're in farming, what a great setting. Walk around and talk with your clients about challenges of accounting with livestock. You know, what happens with inventory and livestock? I don't know what happens, but I'm sure it's interesting, right? And I don't understand why accountants are not doing this. It is such a, you have a question?
Yeah, how, from your experience, because obviously people and talk and do a group training. I can't quite get to that. How did you get to that? I guess is my question is how did you get to I don't want to say the courage, but to do the videoing and to get to that next step, I guess, to do that.
I just did it. I mean, there's no magic. Look, it's. Let me give you a little bit less sarcastic answer. Huh?
Could we see? Do you have your first video like on your YouTube channel?
Oh man.
Yes.
My first YouTube video really sucks.
Pull it up. Pull it up.
But I think that's what you. Yeah, and I guess that's what I'm saying. I mean.
Okay. Okay. I'll look for it.
Do you see what I'm saying?
What's the problem? Like, wait, are you good at accounting now? Say yes, please. So you can. Okay. Are you good at? What are you good at? What are you good at now?
Yes.
Yes. What? You're a good trainer. Were you always a good trainer? Yes. Okay. Well, I can't make the point. I'm gonna assume that you were a 1, and then you became a 2, and then you became a 3, and then you became an 8, a 9, or a 10. It's you have. Before you do the next great video, you have to do 10 that suck. It's how it works. It's how it works. I can't think of any like professional sport player that's a master of their craft that didn't miss a gazillion free throws before they started sinking them in 90% of time. It's just do them. But the problem is we get so afraid that if we do them, we're gonna be embarrassed. No one, honestly, no one cares. No one cares about you, no one cares about me. There's always trolls on the internet talking, and sometimes they get to me, because I had to wear the hat that one time. but generally speaking, no one really cares. And you know what? At the end of the day, people are just appreciative that you're actually teaching something. So yes.
Hector, didn't you once say a long time ago, the first conference I ever saw you?
I can't recall what I said. Yes.
You said something about a conversation with your dad as to whether you wanted to do a stand-up comic thing.
Yes, I remember that bit.
You have a confidence within you that's already, you're okay with yourself. Most of the other people probably are not until they've seen themselves do something that they approve of, then they'll have the confidence to do another and another and another.
What's the solution?
The solution is just to get started, like you're saying. But I'm just saying, because you're saying, no, I didn't have a problem with it. But that was more in your personality.
Yeah, sure.
Most of us don't, yeah.
There was a little clown inside of me that blossomed.
That's why you asked what the minor accountants do. Most accountants don't have the disposition to do that.
You're right.
I mean, there are accountants out here that are great trainers. There are other ones that are great just at working at their desk. And so some of us who are working at our desk want to be a great trainer, but probably just don't have the same personality.
I think by nature we're all introverts.
Not me.
No. All right. So let me tell you something, guys. Let me tell you something. I became an accountant per se when I was 33. Right? I was actually a marketing major. And some of you go, oh, okay, that makes sense. I was actually, okay, I guess it does. But I used to build computers. I used to program websites. I used to work for Geek Squad. Okay, I was as introverted as it gets. Okay, I was. And English is my second language, and most of my videos are in English. I'm self-conscious about words that I say wrong, and I say it wrong all the time. And at first, I used to edit every single one that I got wrong. Now I said, you know what? You take my videos with all the mess, because you have to forget about it. You have to forget about it. Yes.
What I learned is what other people think of me is none of my business.
Yes. With that, let me keep going because I'm only on like the third slide. But there's also you can also do it with. Right now, I would strongly suggest you also look into showcasing apps. Showcase apps, okay? I have a video in my YouTube channel that shows you how to record a video where you're also recording, like the way you were seeing the app on the screen at the same time. How to do it, if you look at the one at the bottom right, that's me showing QuickBooks Online and then showing the QuickBooks Online app. And I created the app in QuickBooks Online and I showed it how it live showed on the screen. I've got a bunch of leads from this video, a lot of them. People saying, oh, I saw your video about it. This is the only video out there that shows the app and the live application at the same time, how they interact with each other. So I get tons of leads from that because I'm the only one that has shown anybody how to do that. Right? So there's a ton of opportunity of showing people how to use their apps that affect their accounting or that affect the productivity side of the business. Okay? There's also changing video styles. I got backwards hat Hector. Okay? I got relaxed Hector, deep thoughts Hector. I have what I call a Sunday morning coffee Hector. I got in the car Hector and baby drucker Hector. Right? And one of them I'm literally reading from a book. I haven't been sued by the publisher yet. I'm sure it's coming. Right? Just try different things until you see what you're comfortable with. Now, what about choosing topics? A lot of people think about, wait, how do I choose topics? And the worst thing, people say, why should I make QuickBooks videos, Hector, if you already have so many? I'm like, that's the dumbest thing I ever heard. I'm sorry, but no. No. Just because I have a whole bunch doesn't mean that you shouldn't do any. Because YouTube will actually, that's actually an advantage to you. Because you can take my popular ones, watch them, see what I did wrong, and then do them a little bit better. Or better, shorter, because I do not know how to do short videos. It's a personal problem of mine. I can't. It's like, this was gonna be 3 minutes, and it's 8 minutes. Always happens.
What do you think is an ideal time for the consumer?
6 minutes. That's a scientific answer on it. Okay. That's from my 5 years of YouTube analytics. 6 minutes, perfect time. Yeah, it's 6 minutes. Okay, so if you have a 60-minute story to tell it in 6-minute increments. And make it a 10-part.
Irrespective of the topic or the general theme, you think 6 minutes?
Yeah, I don't have the answer to that, but I would say in my YouTube channel, the average view time 4 or 5 years ago was 6 minutes. Today it's 7 minutes. I actually got it better at getting people to stay a little bit longer because I wear the hat. Engaging people. Okay, so there's an opportunity to do accounting and bookkeeping videos, and I'm going to tell you why. Is anybody here from Pompano Beach? Pompano Beach, Florida. Okay, good. Okay. So there's this guy in Pompano Beach, Florida, close to me. I haven't met him. By the way, can you tell them my kid's going to YouTube? Okay. So there's this guy. His name is, I don't know what his name is, but the name of his channel is CPA Strength. He's got 1.2 million views on this Accounting for Beginners video. I like to play with you this work of art for a second. And if anybody knows him, please don't tell him.
I'm going to show you one of the only accounting equations that you're going to ever need. This is day one stuff, and this will carry you through to a CPA.
1.2 million views.
If you choose to be one. I still write out my papers. Although this, what I'm going to write down is...
Was he drinking before that?
I don't know.
Debit's always going to equal the credit. Oh.
This is the best part.
See more. CPA Strength, because I am... Hold on.
He's flexing. No, just to be clear, he is flexing. That is happening in the 1.2 million views.
So subscribe to the page, see more, CPA Strength, because I am, hold on.
That was weak. That was weak.
I am going to be the strongest CPA.
He's going to be the strongest CPA. Yeah, I believe it. All right. So I have, in his terms, mad respect for this guy. Okay? Because he's not what you would think, oh, that's an accountant. He is a CPA, according to his video, and he's got 1.2 million views, and whether he's a CPA or not, it doesn't matter, he's gonna get clients. And he was flexing. Just to be clear. You don't need to do that for this, right? Right? For computer, You need to be strong to reconcile books. So in his channel, and I watch a lot of his channel, I'm kind of weirdly obsessed.
How many of those 1.2 million views were
Sometimes I go, wow, he could say that. But you know what? He did it in his own style, and he got the views. Because there was somebody else saying, oh, somebody else already has a video. So I might not start. What a big opportunity there is to create high quality accounting 101 videos. And if you do it, he'll come and beat you. Right. So you can do general operations, finance, management. You can talk about marketing, branding, sales. You can talk about software tutorials. Those are the obvious ones, QuickBooks tutorials. I love I hate, but I love how well they perform. List videos, top 5, top 10, top 3. Those are very clickbaity, I think. I think people, they're just there to bait your click. But if you do, top 10 errors my clients make in QuickBooks every day, and just talk about them, you'll get something from it. You'll get something from it. Top 10 issues that I have to fix every month for my monthly accounting clients. Or top 5 issues regarding expenses for the construction industry, and then you start including that industry in your titles. You could do a personal vlog, daily storytelling. I haven't gotten there yet. That's an option. You can give opinion on other videos. I started doing that. Any videos I like, I cut them up a little bit in Camtasia. I put a little clip, I give it credit, and then I give my opinion about it. I look like a hero, and I took somebody else's topic. Or you can do, I would say, also the biggest opportunity. Does anybody here have a cool niche or specialization? Yes, what is it?
Small business for creatives.
Creatives?
Yeah, the Etsy, the Amazon Handmade, Shopify.
Okay, awesome. Creatives. Who else? Anybody else want to share it? Yes?
Just e-commerce, everyone's selling on multiple e-commerce channels.
Oh God, there's so much open opportunity for e-commerce. There's no content on e-commerce. People tell me, Hector, you should do it. Well, I should do many things. I should lose weight. I just don't have time to do it all. I either create content or lose weight, one of the two. Right?
Yes.
Right. My wife is here, by the way.
I'm an innovation expert.
Innovation expert. Well, talk about, you create a channel about news and innovation. Talk about things that are innovative to you, things that are coming. All you have to do is share other people's videos, right? Simple. I mean, it's not hard. This stuff is not hard. And we're in an industry that's so awesome because it's finance and it's ubiquitous. It affects everyone. And it's accounting, which is hard and difficult and it's a headache and somebody else that charges a lot of money like us does it. And then we have the industry niches. So these are the topic ideas. Now, some of the tips. Audio quality over video quality. That took me a while to learn. Audio is more important than video. So invest in your microphones. This guy right here, $60, best one I got so far. It's in the slides. The specific one is in the slides. I love it. Great microphone. And this is the one this one in particular is not really high quality, but it zones out a lot of background noise. And in a house of 4, that's actually an important one. Although my kids transcend my kids' noise transcend the capabilities of this microphone. Okay, lights over camera. I think it's more important for you to spend $6 on a light and try to upgrade your camera, or $10 on a light. Buy an IKEA light. You put it behind your monitor. Everything about the camera is the light. So invest light over camera and narrow over broad. That means specific, narrow topic. I'm talking about narrow topic. I'm talking about your physical. Yeah.
I just want to confirm, you're not using your laptop camera now, are you?
No.
Okay.
No. I use a $60 webcam from Logitech. Yep. Once a week or daily is going to be better than unpredictable frequency. People, the television industry accustomed people to Tuesdays at 9, Sundays at 8, right? So if you can do that, people are more likely to watch your videos. I say weekly needs to be your goal. Everybody's actually raise your right hand and say, I promise to do weekly videos starting next week. No? Okay. Okay. And do complete content. None of that tease BS that people do. It just pisses me off when people do videos that are there to sell you some BS, right? Don't worry about what you're losing. Just create high quality content. Make it complete. Don't say if you buy this, you get more. Just do it. And if you happen to sell more, people will still buy. In not one of my videos, I sell my courses. I never say, go here and buy my course. Actually, there was one video I did for that, but just for that. But all my videos, I never say, go here to buy my course. People buy my course, my teachable course. Because I created an audience that's loyal to high quality content. Recording your client sessions. Hold on, that should be your. Now, I had one client not too long ago that said he couldn't afford my services. But the problem that he had given me was something I never tackled before. And I said, you know what? I'll do it for free, but let me record it. So I helped the guy, he was happy, and I took the video and I posted it on YouTube. Kill two birds with one stone. Right? It's so simple. Yes?
I hear that. What about protecting their identity? How do you block out all the names and data for the person you're showing them?
Yeah, so we were doing inventory stuff. So we actually talked that he doesn't care about inventory parts. It was just customer names that I blurred out in Camtasia. So yes, absolutely. I agree with you on that.
There's apparently a product to do that.
In Camtasia you can do it. Yeah, but we'll get to that. What time is it? The 16? Okay. All right. So engagement is really important. Tell people to add comments. Tell people to share. Ask people questions. You have to get feedback. Okay? Because that feedback, especially my YouTube comments, a lot of my new content comes from my YouTube comments. Right? People say, you should do a video on this. And if it's something doable, I'll put it in my queue. Okay? And 6-minute videos, I think I said that earlier. All right, so let's go through this real quick and then let's jump right into Camtasia. My favorite part, actual brand and product dropping and prices. Okay? If you have a PC, I would say Camtasia, which is a software I will demo here. You can also go with Adobe Premiere if you're going to go a little bit higher end, but I think Camtasia is easier. $250 one time, no subscription. If you're on a Mac, you can start with iMovie for free. Anybody on Mac? Okay, so you can start iMovie for free. But I really like ScreenFlow. I started with ScreenFlow. Actually, I still use ScreenFlow. I really only use Camtasia for this type of stuff because ScreenFlow doesn't have a PC version. So I actually love, if you have a Mac, I would say ScreenFlow over Camtasia because of ease of use. I just think ScreenFlow is super easy to use. But Camtasia is great if you have both PC and Mac or just Mac. Or just PC. And there's also Final Cut Pro. A lot of people, I've never seen it before, so that's just there. It's an option. Now, what do you need? The most important thing is your brain and your voice. Don't overthink it. That little thing, can you lift it up for a second? That little thing, that little kit, 2 pieces, is $30. Turn on and start doing videos. And then on the right side. Or get like $15 from Amazon headset and use your camera in your computer if you're doing something with your computer.
I have a question.
Yes.
When you use your iPhone, do you use the video from the camera or iMovie?
I use the video from the camera. Yeah. Usually I just go live, so Facebook or YouTube. So here's some ideas, right? Some the webcam, tripod, headset. It's all on the slides, by the way, on the slides. There's also some of the little adapters here, like to hold the phone, and this microphone, the one I used to go live in, is $60. It has this little thing called dead cat. No cats were harmed for this. This is not really useful for this setting, but if you're doing things outside, because I did a lot of videos, I did like 30 or 40 videos outside of my house, because I wanted to, I don't know, I just got a pool, so I thought it was cool to be outside. And it's Florida, so I wanted to show off to everybody else that in January I could be outside making videos. This is it's a wind, it's called a wind socket or something. Wind socket, yeah.
So if you put like your tripod and your phone in front of your computer screen, because I'm brand new, I don't.
No. This is for the iPhone would be for non-screen capture videos. Right. Remember we had a slide that said we could do screen capture or we can do something else. Okay. These are not for screen. These are for you talking thought leadership. It's called these thought leadership videos. Camtasia? Okay. If you want to buy a digital camera because you want a little bit higher quality and you're trying to get away with the least expensive possible, that's best bang for the buck, I would go to Canon SL2. Great camera, the autofocus is fantastic. And you can get a Gorilla Pod, which I don't think I brought a bunch of equipment, which is a flexible tripod, but that one that my wife just showed you, that one's actually pretty good. And if you want to go, like I have this really high-end microphone camera. This is $300 actually. I spend all my money in equipment, but there's an alternative to that for about $35. These are all in the slides. And this is kind of what it looks like. This is called the shotgun setup, where you walk around with a physical camera. But nowadays, the phones are getting so much better with the video quality that you don't need physical cameras. But some folks still kind of feel that the camera makes it, higher quality, more authoritative. Really up to you. If you want a nice video light, I would say the newer LED for $75 on the stand. So it's about a $100 setup if you wanted to put in like a little studio. And then there's also portable lights. I show you this one. This was a USB chargeable. It's $6. You just put it, you clip it next to your phone like this. So if you're doing a video at night, it works really well. You can also put this on top of your monitor and have a little light there. Or you can buy the newer N160, which is about $40, and you put it on a stand like that, like the one that I keep pointing to. And then it has a couple of cool accessories here. So if you want to do an interview with two people, you get this little thing called the Rode SE60, which allows you to plug a phone and two lavalier mics, so you can basically do an interview kind of like in this setting. You can also use the lightning adapter, which is somewhere, kind of looks like this. And you can connect a regular computer microphone like this one to a phone. And I did this an hour ago. We were in the middle of the shop floor and we went live, me and Kirk, in the middle of not the shop floor, the trade show. And we actually plugged it in here and plugged in an actual USB, a computer microphone, and we went live. So I'm welcome to check that out. That's in the Art of Advisory Facebook channel. Okay, so let's go to recording your videos. Yes?
Do you go into like placement? Like let's say you're doing a computer, with a webcam, camera, as far as the lights. You want it behind you, the screen, the side?
The lights? Yeah. So let's say, for example, you're working on a laptop that's here on your computer. Your light will be right behind your laptop. Right behind the camera, assuming you're using the webcam on the camera. If you're putting a webcam on top, then just have it behind it. Lights always behind the lens of the camera. In front of the lens will give you glare. Or anywhere close to the lens. So let's go into Camtasia. Yes?
You said you use another camera on top of the...
Yes. It's everything's, by the way, I don't want to spend too much time going back to the slides, but everything's on the slides. It's the Logitech 920. Right? And if you check these slides next year, all these part numbers will be obsolete and there'll be new ones. This is up to like yesterday, okay? And these are the actual prices. By the way, all these prices are Amazon, right? Okay, so let's go into Camtasia. Is there another question on here? Or, yeah, yes.
I don't typically see you with a microphone in your videos, so how are you getting the sound quality in your actual videos? It's the one up there?
You mean, okay, so the ones that I'm sitting on my desk is this guy.
Okay.
I imported it all the way from Miami. The very same one. It's right here. You can touch it if you want. Same one, right? So this is the one that I use for my sitting down at my desk videos. Fantastic. I mean, it's fantastic. Oh wait, hold on, check this out. This is a flexible clamp. Look at this. Okay, so I can put this anywhere on my desk like this, and I can position it however I want to. It's really awesome.
Yeah.
$20 awesome.
Where do you find all this?
Amazon. Oh,
You don't go to a
okay. Well, how do I find it? Is I buy a bunch of crap and then I return the stuff that I don't like. Yeah. By the way, that list you see up there is a compendium of purchases and returns, and whatever I kept is what I put on the slides. My wife can tell you how many Amazon boxes we have. My kids build forts with Amazon boxes. Okay, so let's go to, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna position my microphone somewhere, a dynamic microphone, which is this one. And by the way, I don't wanna get too deep into the weeds of the technical stuff, but there are condenser microphones and there are dynamic microphones. Condenser microphones, it'll say the word condenser in it. they're typically better, but almost none of us have good acoustics where we are. It's like a normal thing. People don't have sound booths at home, right? So a dynamic microphone, which actually will sound really loud when you get close and not so loud when you go back. So it actually requires you to be at the same distance all the time to have consistent audio, but it only focuses on the air that's moving around here. So it blocks out outside noise, and the air conditioner, by the way, is the biggest problem in everybody's videos. Air conditioner is the worst because you don't hear it, the microphone hears it. So if you have an loud air conditioner, then what you really want is you want the microphone to be a little bit closer like this, right? And then if you're speaking, for most of the time, your voice will be louder than the air conditioning. Also, the closer the microphone is to your mouth, the less you allow the waves that are bouncing that create an echo. So this would be typical. Now, quality possible. So if you really wanted to get away with it, I'm going to try as much as possible here to try to hide it from the screen. It's really unavoidable with what we're trying to achieve here. So I'm going to hit record here. And once you hit record, you're going to get this little screen here that tells you, well, do you want to turn on the webcam? I don't know if you can tell from here, but you see this little area right here? That's the microphone. I actually don't care about that. Some people some people are worried that the microphone's showing. I don't care about the microphone showing. I just want the highest quality audio as possible. So we'll do it like this. I think this is good. And then you can say, okay, is it full screen? Is it custom screen, right? So I'm gonna do full screen. So I'm just gonna select full screen, and then the audio, I get to pick which microphone I wanna record from. So I'm gonna record here from the Samsung Q2U, which is this microphone that's sitting here. Then I'm gonna hit record. Then I'm gonna launch up my favorite application in the world, QuickBooks Desktop, and we'll make a video. So, hi folks, my name is Hector Garcia. I'm a CPA, and I love to help people with their QuickBooks needs. One of the most common questions I have is, how can they get to my profit and loss and a balance sheet as fast as possible? So what I help my clients do is, first of all, get to the report using shortcuts. So to get to your profit and loss, we usually click on reports, company financial, profit and loss. But if you notice, under reports, there's a little underline under the R. And then under financial, there's an underline under the F. And then under the standard, there's an underline under the S. If that actually means if you click Alt RFS, it gets you straight into the profit and loss. Alt RFS, fastest way to get to the profit and loss.
Why don't you just have it as a window open?
I know. This is what the king of the nerds looks like. I'm recording a video, people. Messing up my video. They're like my kids walking into my room when I'm recording. Now, the profit and loss by itself is not enough. You're also going to need the balance sheet. So we're going to follow the same sequence and do Alt, R, F, and the balance sheet will be a B, RFB. So Alt, RFS, Alt, RFB will get you to the P&L and a balance sheet as quick as possible. Let's try this again in a really fast way. I'm going to go to the window menu and hit Close All. Okay, I'm going to condense or collapse this navigation bar on the left. We're going to do Alt. I'm going to leave the Alt hit. I'm going to do RFS, RFB, and then for the kicker, W, V. Okay, now I'm going to click on the Edit menu, and then I'm going to click on Preferences. Then I'm going to click on Desktop View. Then I'm going to click on Save Current Desktop. Then I'm going to hit OK. And then every single time you open QuickBooks, you will be opening this first time you see. Thank you very much. There's my email below if you have any questions. And that's how you do it, folks. Right?
Where was your email below?
How
did you put your email below?
Where was my email? My email wasn't there. I'm going to put it there. Okay, so we recorded the video. So first, couple of cool things. We did have an interruption. So we're going to have a place to edit. So turning a bad into a good. Okay? So this right here, this zoom button here, allows you to zoom in and zoom out of your scrubber. Now here at the bottom, this is called the scrubber. Okay? this is where you can select where in the video you want to be. Let me hit play for a second. But if you notice, under reports, there's an underline under the R. And then under financial, there's an underline under the F. And under the standard, there's an underline under the F. Okay, so I'm gonna zoom in. I'm gonna look for the place where we have that interruption. Okay, so it's gonna be maybe somewhere around here. Let's see. I'm recording a video, people.
That was not on purpose. Angry.
Hold on. There's two things I hate the most. One is unreconciled bank accounts and people interrupting me with my video. So let me play. This is what the king of the nerds looks like. Okay. FS, fastest way to get to the profit and loss. Okay, there you go. My smirk came out. That's when I knew something was happening. Okay, so right when the scrubber is sitting right there, that's where I'm going to cut. So to cut, we go to the edit menu and click on split selected, or just press S on the keyboard. Okay, that cuts that part. So I'm gonna go look for the other piece, the piece where I'm gonna resume now. So let me go forward. Wait until you guys were quiet. They're like my kids walking into my room when I'm recording. Now the profit and loss. Okay, so one thing I want you to notice here, and let me see if we can get my Zoom application to work here. Okay, there you go. Oh. Kind of trippy, hold on. Okay, so you want to look at these little waves here. You see those little waves? That's when you know you went from quiet to something, right? So some sort of noise. You will create your, when you do videos, if you screw up, pause. And then go. That way you can see that little pause there. So that will help you find what you want. The other thing you can do is you can do this. The microphone will really catch that and that will peak all the way up. I have internal codes. Like if I screwed up and I'm recording an entire session, I do this. Because I know that when I see that 2 claps, I have to actually go back and cut more than what I'm supposed to. If I've been making some noise along the way, because I was coughing or whatever, because it happened to me, I get into a cough attack. Right now I'm resisting it, by the way, because I have something in my throat, I don't know where it is. I get into a cough attack where it's not really going to see. I actually then just do just one slap. And then I see the peak and I know that's what I'm resuming. So 2 slaps to me, it means, okay, you're gonna cut, you're gonna go back, and you're gonna cut a big piece that you re-recorded, and then 1 clap just means like section cuts. Okay? You can have your own system. Yeah. So, all right, so I'm gonna select these 2 tracks here, just basically by hitting the mouse and then hit S on the keyboard. That splits it up. Then I'm gonna grab these 2 guys here and just delete them. Just hit backspace. Done. Okay? So then I'm gonna grab these 2 here and I'm gonna drag it to the left. Now, one thing I wanna keep in mind here, there are 2 tracks here. I think I should have mentioned that earlier. There are 2 tracks. The top track is the audio and the camera and the webcam. Okay? If you had turned off the webcam, it would just be the audio. And the audio and the webcam are together because they cannot be separated, because if you have voice different on the lips, people get very confused. People get really angry when they say, I'm watching a Japanese movie being dubbed. So it has to be the audio and your lips have to be exact. So that's why they're together. But you can actually split them up if you wanted to. If you actually right click, you can actually click separate audio and video. So if you want to separate the webcam track with the audio track, you can do that. In my opinion, there's really no need to do that. Okay. If you don't want to include the webcam track, you just take it off, move it. Let me just, you can just move it away like that. See how I just hit it? Okay. So if I don't want my webcam track, just move it away. Okay? I don't have to separate the 2 things. Okay. Now, where was I? Let me hit play again. Fastest way to get to the profit and loss. Now the profit and loss by, okay, so I'm gonna zoom in like this, and I wanna cut it as much as possible. I don't want that weird break when I was smirking at you guys because I knew you were gonna do something. So let me find the perfect one. Now the profit and loss by, that works. So I'm gonna come back here, right? And I'm gonna cut it right there. So I'm gonna do S, select the two, select these two, backspace, grab the two tracks again, bring them to the left. Now let me see at what point I stop speaking here. Get to the profit and loss. Okay, I'm gonna stop right there, select the two tracks, hit S, select these two, backspace, select these two, click and drag to the left. Now I'm gonna hit play again. The profit and loss. Now the profit and loss by itself. So I'd go even deeper and try to make this as good as possible. I don't think we probably should spend so much time on that, but you can. I mean, the way I would do it is I would separate the tracks like this, and just drag this up a little bit. Where are you? Okay. Okay. So I will put it in different tracks, and then I would superimpose it like that. You see how these are now superimposed? You see how they're superimposed? And then what I do is I will do a fade. Bring the fade like this. So I click and drag the fade from the transitions section. And then when I hit play, let me just make this fade as big. So what I'm doing, I'm making it down from the stage. So what I'm doing is I separated the tracks, brought one a little bit to the left so they're actually overlapping, and I made this one fade in. So it actually looked like a more smoother transition. That's it. That's once you want to become a perfectionist in the whole cutting piece. So we'll hit play to see what that looks like. Way to get to the profit and loss. Now the profit and loss by itself. Not bad. Okay. All right. So let me zoom out. Okay, and you can zoom out by hitting Control-Shift+ and Control-Shift-. By the way, in the links I'm going to give you, there's a 13-page document with all the keyboard shortcuts for Camtasia, and those are hard to. I'm not going to say them here. Just go through. You're going to need them basically, because over time it's just going to be much faster for you to use them. Then we're going to see the perfect place to end this. So let me hit play. Okay, so I'm going to zoom this in, figure out this piece here, select the two tracks, hit S, select the two tracks, again, delete them. I'm going to fade out again, fade through black. I'm going to fade out the ending, just so it looks a little nicer. See what that looks like? I'm going to fade out the ending also on the screen share track. Hit play. You will be opening this first time. Thank you very much. Email below. Okay. All right. So QuickBooks Desktop. Let me see. Hi folks, my name is Hector Garcia. Okay. So I also have to cut something towards the beginning. So I think right here in this little tiny peak you see here is where the hi folks comes in. Let's try this again. Hi folks. That's great. Okay. So I'm gonna come in all the way here. Select these two again. What's the key? What? S. At least you learned that. If you walk out with that, you're good. The Camtasia S is the pretty much what I did the most, cutting. Delete that, and then I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna zoom out. I'm gonna select all the tracks, in this case, and then I'm gonna zoom in and drag them all the way to the beginning. Play. Hi folks. Okay, perfect. So what should I do at the beginning? What transition should I add? Fade. Another fade, right? Or let's do something different. Let's do a cube rotate. I never did that. Let me see what that looks like. Hi folks. Why not? Who says the rules? No one says that's good or bad. Okay. By the way, the webcam on this camera sucks. I know you don't appreciate it, but it's really bad. I would have used a real webcam, but this is good enough. So I can click on just the picture of the webcam, make this as small or big as I want it. Okay, I'm gonna bring it to the left side here. And actually, notice how I have a little bit of sort of extra, hold on, let me zoom in. Okay, so you see this part right here where there's sort of like extra space. I'm gonna bring this a little bit to the left because I really don't need, just to show people that I'm doing it live, it's not really, I don't really need that space to take so much real estate. And when you're doing a software demo, you really don't want that. Right? You want to give people as much real estate as possible. Now up here, there's a little crop button. A little crop button. If you click on that, you can actually crop it. And look, I got rid of the mic. In play? That's good enough.
One of the most common questions.
Okay, now, sorry. Any questions? Let me take some questions so I can raise my voice a little bit.
With regard to the volume, the volume is, we're hearing it through the speaker, obviously, it's low. Is that, did you do that on purpose, or is that an issue with the computer, or what?
The volume is low because my microphone still was not close enough to me.
Okay.
Yeah, like normally, I don't know what I did, I don't remember what I did, but normally I'm this close. So I think when I did it was like this close.
Is it easier if you wear an earpiece that comes around the
Yes.
microphone?
Way easier.
Okay,
Just different audio quality.
but are they okay? Are they good?
The one in my slides is great, MPOW, yeah,
Okay.
$20, yeah, yes.
Right.
How do you switch the camera from view to the screen?
I'm not doing switching, I just have them at the same time. You want a transition back and forth, is that what you want?
Yeah, how the video captures the screen and you.
Magic. I don't know what the question is. Camtasia, when you hit record, it does both at the same time. And it does two separate, maybe I don't understand your question.
I think she's asking, could you go from the screen to your face? On the video, can you show the screen and then show Hector?
When you click record in Camtasia, it gives you the option to turn on the screen, your video camera. But it's immediately recording your screen.
Can you go back and forth between his screen and the screen?
Let me try to answer that question with an example, right? So let me see. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try to answer your question, okay? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut just the webcam area, and then during the first part where I wasn't doing an actual demo, I'm just gonna show my face. Okay, so just during that part. So I'm gonna bring in the webcam here. I'm gonna uncrop some of this stuff, and then I'm gonna make this a little bit bigger. Actually, hold on. Okay, so let me start again. So in the first 15 seconds, I'm not gonna show QuickBooks Desktop. I'm just gonna show my face. Okay, and it's gonna transition into the desktop. Is that maybe what you're saying? Was that it?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, awesome. Okay, perfect.
Transition from your face to the screen.
Beautiful. Yeah, I understand now. Okay, so I'm gonna split this. I'm gonna hit S, and then I'm gonna take the first half, and I'm just gonna. It's no switching, just making it bigger. So I'm just gonna grab it, make it bigger. See, now I'm self-conscious about how I look. Because of you people. so I'm gonna put it here, and then what I'll do is I'll insert. Hold on, I keep doing it on the wrong one. Split. No, wait. Let me see what before I was at desktop, like right there. So split. Choose the first one. Make it bigger. Uncrop it. Maybe something like that. And then I'm gonna do a transition of a fade right there, and let's see what that looks like. Hi folks, my name is Hector Garcia. I'm a CPA. We would love to help people. That did not work. So let me do undo. Try this again. Not sure where I missed the mark there. So we're gonna split S. Select this part. I see what I'm doing wrong. I have to bring the scrubber back to the beginning. Select this part. That's what I was doing wrong. Make this bigger. Okay, and then we're gonna insert fade right there. Let's try this again.
Hi folks, my name is Hector Garcia, I'm a CPA, and I love to help people with their QuickBooks needs. One of the most common questions I have is, how can I get to my profit and loss balance sheet as fast as possible? So what I help my clients do is, first of all, get to the report using shortcuts. So to get to your profit and loss, we usually click.
Is that what you're looking for?
Company financial.
So when you put the fade in, it will drop your picture down?
No, the fade, so remember, that I didn't drop the picture down. I have two different clips.
Okay, I got it.
One clip is a big one clip is a small one. Okay. I just do the fade so it doesn't feel as harsh.
Yeah.
Okay? Was that it though? Because I was trying to.
Right, but the camera is pointing at your face, so how is capturing the screen? It's just recording it.
Right. Well, then my magic answer then goes back. It's the computer figures it out. I don't know.
So when you open the software,
With the software.
it defaults to having the screen in front of you available and the camera active, or do you have to get those settings done?
I think I now understand what your question is. Your question is, I went way too fast at the beginning. All right, let me close. I'm gonna. When you first open Camtasia and you click on record, there's a recording tool here. See it right there? That recording tool asks you, do you want to turn off the webcam or on the webcam? You tell it, yes webcam, no webcam.
Oh, so it's recording two different things.
Yeah, so it's simultaneously recording two different. So the software does it automatically based on whether you turn on or off the camera.
So the software is recording your screen, only
Yes.
you call the
Yes.
software to turn the webcam to capture your face.
Correct. Or I can actually not do the screen and just do the webcam.
Your voice.
Yeah, you could do just your voice. Yes. Yes.
And that's why you have two lines when you,
The tracks, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
the track.
So the reason why there were two tracks, well, there's always going to be two tracks: the audio track and the video track. In this case, the audio track was bundled with the webcam track, but you can actually split that off if you want to. Yeah. Yes.
Sometimes when I'm doing it, like when my little green bar and my red bar become separated from my marker,
Yeah.
I get scared because I don't know where to get.
Yeah, so yeah, that's actually that's a good one. So if you're creating segments, so for example, let's say I do that quite a bit. I'm doing like maybe a 1 hour long video that I want to chop into 6-minute increments. What you can do is you can see the little red, that little red and green that are there. These are the segment selections. So what I can do is I can drag the green like this and drag the red like this. And then I can actually tell Camtasia to only export that piece. So that's only useful for doing like a small selection and exporting a small selection. But if you don't want that, just bring it back down. Just bring them back down next to the marker and you're fine.
So do you still use Camtasia if you're not doing the screenshots, if you're just doing, say, an interview, or would you
No,
do something different?
interview, I just use my phone.
Okay.
Yeah, so I just like I did Facebook Live.
For editing, would you use
Good
maybe
question.
iMovie or something?
Good question. So I can actually record my phone, plug it to my computer, bring the video in, and just drag the video into Camtasia and edit in Camtasia. So I can use Camtasia as an editing software from video I capture from a camera or from a phone as well. So it doesn't have to be necessarily screen capture. Yes.
The other question I have, I've done a couple, just experimentals, I took your class last year.
Good. Awesome. That's fine.
What's your opinion on the relative value of putting your face on the video versus just having something like a screen thing on?
You know, it seems like a common theme here that like putting your face is something that maybe you don't want to do. Don't do it. You know, create a few videos that's just your voice and perfect your teaching style, perfect your explanation, and just do screenshot. Don't put your face. Don't do your face until you're ready. What's the value? I think it's valuable. I think it is. I think people want to do. I think people want to do business. Business owners are courageous. Okay, we are courageous. The ones that work for ourselves. They want to work with other courageous people. Putting your face on camera, it's showing courage.
more personal thing.
Yes, and it's personal, right?
And it helps build your brand too, I think, you know?
Yeah.
If people know what you look like.
Yes.
then that's the beginning of establishing
Yeah.
your brand.
Yeah, and not just that. If people know what you look like before they see you, if you have a prospect that knows what you look like before they see you, you know how in advertising it's all about repeat and repeat and repeat. There's something that happens, and I'm not a psychologist or anything about the brain really, but there's something that happens to your brain when you see something familiar that makes you feel more comfortable than if it's something brand new. So your capacity to close that deal or to get more, right, to charge more, is gonna go up if people know what you look like before you get there. There's something in the subconscious that confirms, oh, this is a real person. Yes.
You also have to think about it in the opposite way. I mean, when you watch anyone else's videos, do you pick apart like, oh my gosh, their hair is flying over here this way, and they slurred this word, they mumbled, like, we were just like, I mean, there's sometimes where, you know, there's something that's really obvious, but does it really make you just be like, I'm never going to watch this person's video again?
Yeah.
It's usually about the content.
You know, I did a video with a backwards hat once, and you know who told me about that? My mom. She's like, you shouldn't wear a backwards hat. I'm like, that's my thing, man. I'm the cool YouTuber account. People don't care. Huh?
Not the strongest.
Right, I'm not the strongest. That's right. The coolest, not the strongest. That's right. That's right. Okay, so we're close to the end here. So let's add the most. I'm gonna give you my secret to success.
We got 20 more minutes.
Oh, we got more content. But we got more slides.
Oh, okay.
Right. So I'm going to give you my secret to success in YouTube. You create the video and you put your contact information and you don't tell people to contact you. Right?
What?
You make your videos with your contact information, but you don't tell people to contact you.
Oh.
You don't believe in the call to action.
To contact you. So.
I have 400 videos. I've never said, there's my email below if you have any questions, and I get like a billion emails a day.
Does Seth David agree with you?
He disagrees with me. Seth David, who's a good friend of mine that makes videos too, yeah, he says you should always have a call to action. You should always do it. I'm telling you my secret. And I say you should. Okay, let me take it back. I'm not saying you should do this. I'm telling you my secret. Because all the emails say, I'm sorry, I know you're busy. Are you taking new clients? Here's my case. Can I work with you? You want the position of power. When you're telling people, please contact me, I need new business, then you're gonna possibly doing a price war.
So can I ask,
yes,
who is your audience for your YouTube channel?
I wanted it to be small business owners, but it ended up being a whole bunch of accountants.
Yeah. Right. So that's what I'm saying is mostly you're getting us. Yeah. So
yeah.
So
well, you guys refer me. You guys refer me a lot of business. Mm-hmm. How many of you are experts in importing data from Excel into QuickBooks? Okay, one person, two people. Okay. How many of you that didn't raise your hand know an expert that's an expert in importing data in QuickBooks? Okay, you're gonna refer to that person. That person happens to be me. I'll take that business. Who is an expert in QuickBooks Enterprise inventory?
You are.
A few, right? I get a lot of referrals from you people, from you guys, from us, from colleagues, from my friends, because I really appreciate it. So that was not the idea, but it ended up being like that. But remember my whole thing with the mic drop? Honestly, yes, if I'm educating a bunch of accountants and I'm helping them get better, okay, that's gravy. But all I really wanted at all times is to have a big library, so when people tell me you're too expensive, I say, go compare me with someone else, and I become incomparable. That's why I did it. That's why I keep doing it. Yes?
So my question is, as you get started in this, is there a spot on YouTube that it can be a private setting as you practice getting set up?
Yeah, so let's get to that.
Just for your in-house team?
Let's get to that, okay? So once I'm done with the video, and I'm gonna click on share, up here at the top right, can you see at the top right? Top right?
Yeah.
Okay, there's a button that says share, and then it gives you a couple options. Share in YouTube, Google Drive. I typically just do a local file. and I select the default one, custom production settings, which is 1920 by 1080, which is standard high definition. Just pick that, click on next. Then the option that says MP4 is the one that you always want to do. Always do an MP4. Then I click on next. And then we click on next, 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 next. Just a bunch of next. I don't know what all the screens say. Yeah.
Does your YouTube channel generates advertising revenue?
Yes. Yeah, so once you have a YouTube channel that has more than 10,000 views and 1,000 subscribers, you can what's called monetize, and then they run ads in your before your videos, and they pay you every time somebody clicks on an ad. So click on the ads when you watch my videos. Click on my ads. Right? Yes.
Anybody clicks on the ad? Seriously?
Anybody clicks on an ad?
I've never clicked on an ad ever, not once.
Yeah.
I got a Google check of $2,000 every month to tell you that a whole bunch of people do.
I cannot believe people click on the ads. That amazes me.
You don't click on them. What about the other million people that watch me still?
Why would it? You need to get your backwards hat that's got a flexed arm on it.
You don't ask for them to contact you necessarily, but
I never ask people to contact me.
But what about likes or subscribe or?
We have some slides on that.
Okay.
Okay. So the video's done. It's done exporting. So here on my desktop somewhere, I should have a video file. Right here, there's my video file, MP4.
Hi folks, my name is Hector Garcia. I'm a CPA and I love to help people.
Okay, then I just upload it wherever I want to. So let me go into YouTube. Okay, up here, there's a little tiny create or view post. By the way, how do you create a YouTube account? I got a video on that. Okay. It's on the resources because I don't want to get into that. But I mean, there's so many things I want to share, but that I have pre-recorded that part. So I figured out that because like I told Joe that I wanted to make this a whole day, you know, go through the marketing and go through the video editing and go through the social media, because video is much more complex than just making the video. There's so many things being learned along the side, sharing the videos, your comments, engaging with your audience. So hopefully next year, if you have enough people say that they like this in a sort of in a deep way, we can make it a whole workshop. You know, go through, because 100 minutes is not enough. So I really have to be strategic on what I cover in 100 minutes and how much time I have for joking.
I'd say it's a call to action.
Call to action, right? So we're gonna upload video. Then we're gonna click on select upload file, select files to upload. Click on the desktop, look for the video, click on open. Now, I have a default, in your YouTube account, I create a default setting. I do put in my description, call my office if you have more questions. I do that, but I don't do it on the video. Make sense? And I always say call my office, not call me. Our office. Because if I was to serve every client that came through YouTube, I would have no time for my children. Like, I need to delegate some of this work. It's too much of it. So I say our office. You know, work with someone in my team. I never said call me because you're gonna work with me. I am the face of my company marketing-wise, but I'm not doing all the work. I'm having my team do some of the work as well. So I do have a default description I have there, and I put rates. I do put rates. Okay, although I'm a value pricing guy, I think I don't want people calling thinking they're gonna pay $50, right?
Is that hourly?
No, that's a rate. It's a rate range, yes. That's a rate range, and then we'll let the smart folks in my office figure out where they fit best. Yeah, so I do have a default description here that says, call our office if you need private training consultation. You know, there's the email, but that's in the text, but not on my email itself.
Add an M to that from before I tweak a little bit more there.
Which is it?
Right before you say yeah, just go to the left there. No, go left from that. Down.
No, it's fro. Said thank you. Wow, that's embarrassing. How many videos I have that say fro 195? Thank you. Okay, so there's a couple settings here. Public, unlisted, private. So public goes into the world. unlisted requires someone that has the link to get to it. So it's not searchable. Only someone that has a link. So somebody said about, who was asking the question about a private video? Yeah, so you would do unlisted, or you can do private, but private is only for your YouTube account. So you could play it. So if you try to record, you just create a library of stuff that you recorded in private, and it's scheduled. I do a lot of stuff when I create a bunch of videos, and I schedule them through the week. That way it looks like I'm creating content every day. I just do it one day and schedule 2 or 3. That way I'm always doing 2 or 3 per week.
If it's unlisted, can you still embed that elsewhere?
Yeah, so he's asking if it's unlisted, can I embed that in a web page somewhere? Yes. So I'm gonna do this one on unlisted, and then here where it says Untitled Project, we're gonna do live demo of video editing, reporting trick on QuickBooks Desktop. Okay. Then I don't really need to do anything else here. The keywords, I actually have an automatic set of keywords. QuickBooks Tutorial 2018, Desktop, Online, Pro, Premier, Enterprise. I can add more stuff like reports, QuickBooks reports, reporting tricks, right? You can add up to, I believe, 500 keywords. So you can add all the keywords that you think are relevant, and if people search that, you want your video to show up based on those. Okay? I can also add it to a playlist. So I have a bunch of playlists that are common theme. So I have all my manufacturing videos in one playlist. I have all my construction videos in one playlist. I have all my QuickBooks Online videos on a playlist. My thought leadership, value pricing on a playlist. And when you bundle them on a playlist, YouTube shows it as a suggested next video when they watch one. So when you have a second one, the natural will be the next one in that playlist. And I don't have time to get into playlist management, but that's just a quick trick. So then I click on, so this link right here, that link you see there, I'm gonna copy it. And I'm gonna click on done. So if I open another browser, I'm not logged in into YouTube here, so another browser, I click on, I give a link to someone, and I play it, and it opens up the video. That's definitely not it. A minute 44. Okay, still processing. That's why it says that. But it does take a few minutes to process. Actually, YouTube takes it to a filter. If you say stuff that's like sexual or violent, your video may not post. Actually, they do have a filter system. So it does go through that. And then see how it says unlisted here? No one else can watch this. Right? Only someone that has that link that we pasted. Okay?
Can you change that status if you need to?
Huh?
Can you change that unlisted status?
Yeah, I love to help people with their QuickBooks needs. One of the most profitable flows by itself is not enough. You're also going to need the balance sheet.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and close that. So once I'm back into YouTube, I can click on my profile here, and then I can click on YouTube Studio. This is where I sort of manage all my videos. I don't want to get deep into YouTube because again, I pick my battles here, what we're going to cover. But I can go back and I can click on the videos tab, choose any of the videos that I want to get into. For example, click on that, and then I can change it from unlisted to public or whatever I want. So if you want to just try it, show it to someone else first, feel comfortable, then you can publish it afterwards. So that answer your question about the privacy and stuff? Yeah, that's perfect. Okay. You can do the same thing with Facebook. So if you're in Facebook, I can click on upload photo video, select my video, open, and then I can upload this to YouTube. I'm working off this thing here, so I don't know how fast it's going to be. So that will come into Facebook, and then I can click on post. Also, with Facebook, same thing. You can change who can see those videos. Only certain friends, only me, whoever you want. And it doesn't have to be your personal Facebook profile. It could be your business page profile, either one. So my business page profile is this one, Quick Bookkeeping. I go to videos. Oh, I gotta tell you about that video. But I go to videos, and then I post videos into my Facebook page as well. Right, so I have videos in my business Facebook page, and I have videos on my YouTube page. My YouTube page is much more popular. Okay, so I only got a few minutes left here, so I gotta pick my battles. 3:10, right? Was the limit?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Technically.
Okay, right. So first, yeah, I'll keep going. Right. So let me show you this video real quick. This video was professionally produced by YouTube for me.
Accounting services, but we can also educate you and your team in several areas such as QuickBooks, payroll, bookkeeping, and taxes. Visit our website www.qbkaccounting.com for more information about QuickBooks training or your accounting needs.
It's the front page of my Facebook business page. That look cool? So let me tell you how I got that professionally prepared by YouTube for me. It's called YouTube Director on Site. And I would love to know how many of you go through with this. And once you go through with it, please email me. I would love to see your videos. So they are experimenting. I think this is one of the most revolutionary ideas that YouTube has thought about in many, many years. So let me log out for a second. So
go back one screen.
YouTube Director, let me just Google it. It's called YouTube Director on Site. This will cost you $350, and I will tell you how. Let me explain to you what their catch is. Okay, so you go to YouTube Director on Site, and you click on Book a Shoot, and you go through the process where you basically tell them about your business, what you do, how you do it, where you're located, and if they have a contract video editor around there, they will pay the video guy. They will go to your office. They will film around your office, whatever you tell them to. Your office, your team, your clients, if you invite your best client or whatever to just look at interview, and they'll shoot a bunch of stuff for like 2 hours. They'll go back, they'll produce a 30-second ad, and then YouTube will let you put that in Google, and YouTube will let you put it in YouTube as long as you open a pay-per-click, what do you call that? An advertising account, and fund it with at least $350. And those $350 go to play your video in YouTube. So you're actually, it's full advertising, and you have an amazing video produced that you can use as your business card. So I think they're gonna hit it out of the park from here. I literally was on the waiting list since October of last year, and the minute it opened in Miami, I got an email, I booked it, the guy was there a week later, we drew the script, filmed out, and the video was up within a day. Amazing. They paid the guy like $150. I basically asked him. I picked them up as an accounting client, by the way. The guy was like, wow, you guys are accountants? The best. He's like, give me my card, give me your card. I'm doing his taxes next year.
Hector, that's in the slides too?
That's not in the slides. That just occurred to me because I saw the video on the Facebook page. So.
Are you uploading what you're recording here?
Are
you going to upload this anywhere?
This one?
Yes.
So this session is being recorded, but I haven't asked permission to the Woodard people to do so, so I don't know if I can. So I'm recording it for quality control for my own sake, but if Joe tells me, yes, you can do it, then we'll figure out how to get it to you guys.
So then real quickly, tell us what that is again that we're looking for on YouTube.
YouTube Director on Site. Okay, so, all right, so real quick, there's 1 minute left. Don't go, please, don't go, hold on. So if you go to hectorgarcia.com/SNH, you can see Tuesday session. I have a couple of tools here. So I'm gonna wrap it up with this. So you can go if you want to, but I'm gonna go another 20, 30 minutes because I have more stuff I wanna share with you. Is that okay? Yeah. So if you're leaving, I finished my session on time. Everything else is bonus, okay? All right. So if you go there, I love this little thing I put together. It's going to help everybody, trust me. What it is I call it a sort of a planning guide. where it's like a one page where you can write down, okay, what's my video idea? What's gonna be my keywords? Who's my target audience? What's the call to action? What type of video would it be? And it's just to help you plan, because we're accountants, so we like to plan. How long is it gonna be? What the thumbnail will look like? Just kind of think through with the end in mind, what that video is gonna be like, and then as you're thinking through it, you'll have some more ideas about how you're gonna go through with the video. So I think it's just a really good one-page tool to help you plan the video. Yes? HectorGarcia.com/gettinginheights. And there is 4 videos for Camtasia editing, pre-recorded. So everything I taught here plus more. I show a couple of tricks, like how to add your email in the bottom, how to add B-roll, all that stuff. And that's all pre-recorded. And watch, look how many links I have here.
Oh my God.
Okay. I mean, this is a 6-month process of putting this stuff together for you guys. Okay?
Thank you.
So that's everything that I've used in the past as resources. All right, was there another question?
Yes, how do you add subtitles?
Yeah, oh, subtitles, okay. All right, so they're in YouTube or Camtasia?
In YouTube.
So in YouTube, if you are in, actually, let's cover that after. A little bit, yeah. Okay. So YouTube has a little place where you can add closed captions, and you can actually add the different languages. Okay. All right. So Facebook versus YouTube. So why you want YouTube? You want YouTube because YouTube is searchable via Google. That's why you want YouTube. Because if you put, let me give you an example. If someone is on Google and they put how to reconcile a bank statement in QuickBooks. Okay, if somebody searches this in Google, one of the search results, it's a video. YouTube is now so integrated with Google searches. So what you really want is to create high quality content. So hopefully one of your videos will be showcased here. And even if it's not your video, the one that's being showcased, if you actually go to the video, if you actually go to the video itself,
Captions on the bank statement.
Wait a second. You will see suggested videos on the right side, and this was my video. So yeah, I didn't show up on the Google page, but if somebody is watching it, two of the suggested videos are mine. This one and the 4th. Okay, so that's the power of YouTube. It's being Google searchable as well. Now, I also like because once you record it into YouTube, there's a little website where when you put the YouTube URL, you press a couple buttons, and it downloads the video format for you. So it could be a storage place for you to have videos. Okay, it gives you great analytics. I don't have time to get into it, but it gives you great analytics to tell you, okay, who's watching what videos, when are they fading off. There's a couple of options there. You can go live from your phone and from a computer in YouTube. Now, Facebook is really to reach to your network and get people sharing. So Facebook's like a sharing platform, and video is a search platform. So if you want people to find you because they're searching a keyword, YouTube. If you want people to find you because you're connected to a friend, Facebook. Okay? I get FOMO, so I do both. Right? Facebook also is very easy to advertise in, it's very easy to boost, and you can go live with both the computer and the phones. That's just what we cover. Okay? Now, pre-recorded versus live. Pre-recorded is great for tutorials, for how-tos, tips and tricks, interviews. To do things that are complex, you want to do complex, always pre-recorded. Because complex, you will trip over yourself a few times. So like taxes, don't go live talking about taxes.
Oh.
Right? Because you're going to say the wrong section number or the wrong this, and people are going to say, you said this, and the tax police is always there telling you how you made a mistake about the exception B or whatever. Yeah, so for pre-record complex topics. If you're going to discuss anything with pricing or calculations, anytime that you're going to do actual math, pre-record it so you have more time to do it little slowly or pull up an Excel sheet. Right? Don't try to explain math like this. Well, you just take 1,000 times 2, that's 2,000, divided by 4, that's 500, you multiply it times 6, is 3. Like people, numbers, when you're saying them, they mean nothing to people. You have to show them, and you have to show the calculation. So anytime you're showing numbers, slow down, pre-record. Now, live is great for your thoughts, your opinions. Like any one of you right now, all of you, should go into the trade floor. Is that where it is now, trade floor? You should open up your Facebook.
Exhibit hall.
The what?
Exhibit hall.
Exhibit hall. You should go into the exhibit hall, pull up your phones, go live on Facebook and say how great my session was. Or just share with your family and friends how excited you are to be here and what you're learning.
And you put that up on Facebook or?
Go live on Facebook.
I mean, not Facebook, on YouTube?
Yeah, you can do YouTube, but you don't have a YouTube channel yet, right? Yeah, just go live on Facebook. Do it. Try it. Your thoughts. What are you thinking? What are you excited about? Do it right now, after this, a few minutes. Okay? No. Yeah. So, the advantages of pre-recorded is you can do retakes, you can do edits, you can combine videos, you can add text afterwards, you can break them up in lengths, you can schedule. And the advantage of live is that you did it and you did it. It's done. And that's great because you did it. And you don't have to overthink it. Did it come out right? Did it not? You did it. That's the best part of live is the psychological element. That it happened, it became history. And it's done. You got your video. Yes? How-tos and product reviews? I've done a bunch of product reviews for apps and I never got permissions. If anything, they want to pay me to do more. Guys, can you give me a few minutes?
Yeah, you can do it.
Guys, give me a few minutes so we can finish? Sorry. Okay. So we did a demo uploading. So let me cover the last couple of things. One great way to get ideas about videos is to launch up YouTube and start searching how to something and then look at the autocomplete. That autocomplete is the top 10 search results. Does that make sense? So top 10 search queries, I meant to say. So if you want to do QuickBooks, something like, let's just do it. So I go to YouTube, tell me a topic that you think people search in YouTube. Come on, I mean.
How to reconcile the bank account.
Right, go on. So we go, how to reconcile okay, how to reconcile a relationship. So those 10 are the top 10 queries with those keyword searches. It's a great way to just get started. What's popular? What are people searching a lot about? And don't worry if there's videos already that have them. Okay? So that's one idea. Another idea is look at the current videos that are there. Analyze the top ones. They're all mine. But see the comments that people are putting, right? See people are putting a lot of comments. People are commenting and engaging in a video. That means that topic is a good one. And especially if you see a video that's 3 or 4 years old, that's still getting topics, that means there's an opportunity for you to make a newer version of that. Okay? So never get discouraged by the fact that there already is another video with that comment. And this is just the part where we were talking about putting that description under the video. That's where you could put links or you can put some engagement items like go here, visit my website here, call me here. And when people search on the search bar, the search comes from the title first, description second, tags third. So the tags in the bottom are the least important. The title is the most important. So your title is the most important. Okay? Read your comments, answer them. Ask people what else would you like to see. Best market intelligence that anybody can give.
Okay.
So we're talking about monetizing. Another way to monetize is to put them up in Teachable or Udemy. Okay, I'll give you real quick between Teachable and Udemy. I like Teachable if I'm bringing my own clients because I control my revenue. I like Udemy if I want them to bring me clients. But the earning opportunity in Udemy is higher because it's a bigger client base. but they cut out so much of your revenue and they give promos that at the end you're getting paid $3 or $4 per class. But in Teachable, you can search it on whatever you want, you can charge whatever you want, and you can control your revenue a little bit more, but you have to drive the students to the Teachables.
You have Vimeo up there. What's the difference between that and YouTube?
Vimeo, yeah, so Vimeo would be if you want to password protect your videos and put them in Patreon or put them somewhere else.
Teachable and Udemy let anybody go up there, or they have to approve it thing?
Teachable, no. Teachable, anybody can go on there. Udemy, they have to approve you. But you just, the approval process is upload your course, they'll watch it, and then they'll tell you what you need to change. So I was starting Udemy, if you want to start monetizing, if you have some good content, and then when you have really high quality content, move it to Teachable. Now, this is what I call the business model of video. You get free stuff. A lot of the app developers give me free stuff. Like, here's my app, here's my software, can you review it? Okay, because once you become an influencer, that helps. The other thing is, sometimes they pay you to create content. Okay, Avalara does that, Intuit does that, Method has done that before. I'm thinking about the people that are there. Has Neat done it? I don't remember if they have paid me. But a few of the developers, they will pay me to create content for them. Or you get hired to produce videos. Also, it erases your exposure, so when you tell people, hey, you want to be interviewed with me, can I interview you? They say yes. Because it gives them exposure. And then you have exposure by interviewing someone else that's maybe a thought leader in some other area, and then they get exposure because you're a thought leader in your own area. And build your celebrity status. Okay, I'm only a celebrity here and nowhere else, really. But it does allow you to raise your prices. Like I think that my YouTube channel has almost doubled my revenue. Not in number of clients, in what I charge per client. I still manage the same amount of clients I managed that I did 3 years ago. I just charge them double. Wow. Because all the emails say I want to work with you and you only. Well, you just told me you want to pay double. And that's okay. People will pay more for certainty. They are very certain if they already watch you do it.
Right. Yes.
Right? Everything has a risk tax involved. Anytime you pay more for something, it's because you're more certain that it will work. Every time you pay less for something, it's because you're less certain that it will work. That's why we pay more for a brand name electronic, because we're more certain it will work. And when we get this offbeat Chinese brand for 10 bucks, we're like, okay, fine, we'll buy it, but I'm conscious that it may not work in 2 months. So professional services works the exact same way. People will pay more because they're certain that it'll work. How do they know it works? Because I shall show you on YouTube that I can do it. And of course, you'll get leads from it. Okay, so I gave you guys a content planner, and there's a couple of articles in the slides that you want to check out. There's the create your own YouTube channel, which is basically like the pre version of this class, and that's it.
Thank you so much.
So, I'll offer any questions.